everyone, it's Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia here with you for another hashtag Love It Chop It session. Are you loving Love It Chop It? I am absolutely loving Love It Chop It because I'm using my designer series paper for something very useful. I know, amazing. I'm making cards. Now, I have had many questions asked to me, and that has been, Kylie, how do I chop my 6x6 paper? I have a lot of information about my 12x12 and I have given measurements and exactly what to do, but we neglected our little 6x6 paper. And now that the new catalogue is coming up in June, we have this incredible new paper coming in all of the in colours and also all of our colour collections. So brights, regals, subtles and neutrals are all going to be in this beautiful paper that is all 6x6. So we're looking at this going, how do I chop my 6x6 paper? What do I do? So I'm here today to show you exactly what you can do. Just some ideas. You do not have to follow them strictly if it does not work for you. All good. You do what you want to do, but I thought that these suggestions might give you some awesome ideas on how to use your 6x6 paper. Tomorrow is my scheduled Facebook Live over on my Facebook business page, or Facebook page that some of you may be watching right now, because I am live on Facebook doing this recording. I find it's a lot easier. But if you're watching on YouTube, then this is the recording of my Facebook Live. Hello to everyone. When you jump on, please say hello. If you're watching the replay on YouTube or the replay on Facebook, please say hello. Tell me where you're from if you've watched my videos before. And I thank you so much for everything you've done to support both Bruno and Di with our ideas. But this Love It Chop It phenomenon is huge. It's so big right now, and there's a lot of questions surrounding it. Please join our Love It Chop It workshop. I'll put the link now live here on Facebook. If you're not signed up, then you need to sign up using this link. Some people have requested to join directly to the group, and just for the sake of how much is going on with us and how much work we have going on, we just have to instantly decline if you do not use your password. So please make sure you sign up, and please make sure you answer the questions to be part of that free Love It Chop It group, because you're going to get a lot of support, a lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration, and you'll also be with fellow hoarders. If you're a hoarder, you're not alone. It's kind of nice knowing you're not alone. And it's also nice knowing that there are other people that don't feel confident about chopping their paper, that some of us feel like we want to hold it and keep it. You're not alone. So come and join us. I was exactly the same. I'm a convert now. I have been love it, chop it conversion. See, oh good. Someone said, Barb just mentioned Love It Chop It has been life-changing for my crafting life. I agree. It's so amazing what you can do when you have these designer series papers chopped. So let me dive in and show you exactly what I have done with my 6x6 paper. And if you want to follow along and try the same thing, you may find it useful for you. Now, the first thing that I suggest to a lot of people who are in card making is that it's a really good idea, and if you haven't seen it, please check it out on my store, is my card templates. Now, what my card templates do for you is they help you to visualize a card layout. So it just gives you an idea of what you can do with these layers. These are the card templates here. I've cut them into specific colors. So these are the inches. So if you use cardstock that is the 8.5 inches by 11 inches, then you would get the letter cardstock inches size. There is also an inches size for A4 and a metric size for A4. You just have to make sure that you get the right card templates for your region. All of the layers are the same. So basically, whenever I say get your gorgeous grape base, this is the card base, then no matter what country you live in, you have the conversion of that measurement. Instead of saying Oh, sorry, is it in the way, is it? Someone's saying something. I was like, what are you saying? Thank you very much, Angie. I'm going to put this screen right in front of me so I can see exactly what you see. And then I'm not in your way. So with these templates, you want to make sure that you get them, because whenever I use a certain measurement, and these are the measurements that I use for all my card making, I'll just say make sure you cut it at the Flirty Flamingo size. And no matter where you are, what country you are, you know what that size is for you, correct? So it's like a conversion as well. It saves me having to put like 3 different measurements on my blog. And I think a lot of people don't realize that in every country, the sizes can be different. So the US and Canada use a different size and a different base to the rest of the world. So it can create a lot of confusion. So please go and check out my card bases, because they will give you exactly the precise size that you need for your region with your cardstock size. Now, the way that it helps with my Love It, Chop It, and I'll show you exactly what I've done here. And it's made me realize I need to do a little update. So please look out for that, all my letter peeps out there. So Canada and the US, anyone who has ordered the templates, there's going to be a slight change to our, this is gray, basic gray. So the basic gray size is going to slightly change to fit in with our Love It, Chop It ethos. And I will explain exactly what I mean by using my metric size. So this is the base. So if I say to you, this basically is what you will get from a piece of 6x6 paper when you cut your card front size, which is the Poppy Parade size, and then the basic gray is what's left over. So we're going to slightly change it on the letter size, because as you can see here, it's slightly too big. So I'm going to take off 1/4 of an inch from this size, so that you'll know when I say chop it in the Poppy Parade and the basic gray, you know that that's going to be a perfect cut for your 6x6 paper. Exciting, right? I'm very excited about this epiphany, and I'm glad that it's just got a slight little change. And that's what I love about being able to update you all, is that I can just make that little change so that it's going to make your crafting a lot easier. Now, let me give you an idea here of what I mean exactly. And I'll be doing this in my sizing for me. But if you have the card templates, basically it's the Poppy Parade size and the basic gray size. If you don't have the card templates, then the links will be, if you're in YouTube, below. So look out for card templates. If you are on Facebook, it will be above. It's so random. And I've also got a little link, if you're watching live, that I've just popped up. You can go to my store and look for the card templates. Please make sure that if you live in Canada or the US, that you get letter size and inches. Then if you work in inches in Australia or the rest of the world, you would want inches A4 or metric A4, depending on what measurement you use. I know, isn't it crazy how many different measurements are out there? So let's get chopping. I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is. So this is for my metric size. So my metric size and the imperial size are these two here. Okay, so that is your Love It, Chop It base. That is your beginning size that you want to chop your 6x6 and your 12x12 paper. Please watch my other videos to know exactly how to chop it at these sizes to get the most out of your paper. From a 12x12 piece of paper, you will get 6 of these card fronts. That will be perfect for card making. And they make gorgeous cards like this. Are you ready for it? Like, amazing. Look at that. And that's just using that exact same formula, that size there, 14.4 by 10, or for our Canada and US peeps, that would be your card front size, because your card base is different to ours. I know. Amazing, right? Mind blown. There's so much to learn in card making. But like literally all I have done here is just chopped it, card front size, and then added a beautiful ribbon, that beautiful new ribbon, and then a sentiment. Oh, stunning. Like, that is just the best simple stamping recipe ever, right? Punch, ribbon, bit of stamping, paper. And the paper is just the hero. It's just the most beautiful, beautiful paper that is coming up in the new catalogue. So you are going to want to learn how to love it, chop it, because you want to make this paper the star. It is the star of the show. Our stamping is like, whatever. So we're going to chop this down. Now you have to be very confident. Know your sizing. Know it well before you go to shop. If you are scared about chopping any paper or you're feeling afraid or unsure, start with a piece of paper that you don't love. Start with something that you're not emotionally attached to, because yes, we do get emotionally attached to our paper. And you just be confident and chop. That's it. Chop it. That's it. We've done it. And then we do the next size, which is 14.4. Chop. Now this little piece here, we can keep him. He can be for an envelope or inside a card, so nothing will be wasted. So keep that for our card. We now have a card front size, and tomorrow I will be using these beautiful papers to show you exactly what sort of cards you can make with this, because it's the best. This base is amazing because you literally could just do this. However, for some people, they want a little bit more stamping, and I get that because this is more like it's not a hero paper, it's more of a background paper, which is perfect when you need something in the background and you want to do some stamping on the front. So the gorgeous stamp set I will be using tomorrow is this one here, and I'll be showing you how I can use this stamp set and this beautiful lavender here. I'm guessing it's lavender, not sure. It's got big leaves, but anyway, I'll call it lavender. But I'll be using it with this beautiful new pretty peacock background. Now, the bit that's left over, you're like, well, what do I do with this now? Like, what's this little piece? Well, this piece can stay as is, because this piece here is pretty much, yep, it's this one here. All we need to do is cut it down at 14.9. And yeah, you could also do it at the 14.4, which is the same. But that basically, if I get my card base, this is my card base prototype, you can actually see here, oh, that's a lot bigger. Oh no, that's the inches one. I'm like, what's going on there? I'm telling you, when you compare inches and metric, chalk and cheese. The inches, or the 8.5 by 11 inches cardstock, it creates cards that are sort of, not to be mean to the cardstock, I'm not being rude to it, but it's wide and short. It's a compliment. It's not bad to be wide and short, but that's the cardstock base for the 8.5 by 11, or the inches size. Well, I call it imperial, but no one knows what imperial is. I think they call it standard measurements in the US. But this is the card base size for everyone other than Canada and Australia. And you can see here, look at the difference here. Like, totally different. So this is wider, and ours is taller and skinnier. So completely different card sizes, like totally different to each other. So when I get my card base that's my Aussie size, do you like that, more Aussie size? Then you can see that this beautiful, obviously this card base is just my card template base, but you can see that it is absolutely perfect, just like that. That is what you could do. You could just glue down that sheet, put a sentiment, and this is a beautiful card. You could layer on the outside, and that may be an additional size that you will see in your card templates. I told you there'd be updates happening, so please look out for them. Probably in the next 12 hours, 24 hours, I mean, so just be patient with me. People will be going, where are my updates? I haven't got my updates. But I will do a little accent behind that will give it a little bit more of a background. Or what you could also do, if you don't want to waste too much cardstock, because if you do a full, background, I may even just do a little, I would recommend that you just do a little tiny strip and then glue it to the inside so that you're not wasting all the cardstock in the middle here. So that's my biggest tip. And you could just do one side of having, you know, a bit of cardstock there. Of course, it would be the same as this, or Whisper White. You know, maybe you'll have the base as the pretty peacock with a bit of Whisper White. But I will show you exactly how you can utilize these layouts. So this layout here is my absolute go-to for 6x6. This is just my base prototype, and to keep things simple and easy, that is what I would recommend. Absolutely, hands down, because once you have your card front, you now have so many possibilities with this card front, because if you want to cut this in half, you can cut it in half and it will fit your cardstock perfectly. It fits your card front perfectly, because if you cut it in half, you know that you can use both sides. Nothing will be wasted. Now all of a sudden you have designer series paper that's made 2 cards instead of 1. The other thing that you could do is you could cut it into strips, but you know that this is the perfect base for your card. And I like the fact that there's not a huge amount of rules. Just literally cut at the card front size as usual, and whatever you're left over with becomes your new piece to work with. Now, if you wanted to as well, you could cut this in half and make it an inside of your card and something to decorate the envelope with. I mean, that's another option as well. So it's just freeing yourself of rules. I think that's the key. The only thing that I say is just cut the card front size. Once you've cut the card front size, you have freedom to explore creativity and ideas. You're not getting stuck in 100 million different measurements. You just have the exact same front with the 12x12 as you do with the 6x6. And then where you go from here is your story. And that's why you can come over to the Love and Chop It group and join us over there, because it's a lot of fun and you will see inspiration of what people have done beyond this. The other one that I have seen is people literally cutting it into squares, and that's gorgeous. Like, that is a beautiful option for this paper, and it does give you a lot of options, because then you're literally going 3 inch by 3 inch by 3 inch by 3 inch, and then you have a beautiful square accent that goes onto your card. But for me, this is definitely my go-to. So if you have my card templates, please keep an eye out, all my Canadian and American peeps out there. Please keep a lookout for your update. This will now go down to 2 inches instead of 2.5. And this is going to be your card bases that you need, so that when you're looking at a card, you can go, what do I want to use? Oh, this would be a nice size. I know exactly how to get that size. I'm going to have my card front, and a lot of people will store it in their clear mount cases until they need to use it, or until they're ready to use it. You may not want to create with it straight away. Personally, I try to create with it straight away because I don't want to be storing it. I want to be putting it on a card and getting it out. So you may decide, okay, I really need this strip here, but I also need to use this too at the same time. So let's make 2 cards at the same time. And then you know that your sheet of designer series paper has created 2 cards. You haven't had to store it. You've just loved it, chopped it, and used it right away. So I know a lot of you are sorting out some of your old designer series paper, and you're not at the point where you're using it straight away. But if you can get into this routine of loving, chopping, using straight away, it really does help, because then you don't have as many storage issues. We love to collect. We love to store. It's just what we kind of do. But it's so much better to use it. So I really hope that this keeps it very, very simple for you. It is not something you can complicate. Just create the card front size for your region, which is the Poppy Parade size in my card templates. And then you will be left over with the basic grey strip, which you can use like so many different ways. As I said, chop it in half, use it inside the card, use it on the envelope. You can make another card with it that looks amazing, like really, really pretty. But I really, really, really genuinely love having a card front size, because the possibilities are endless. So thank you for joining me today, and thank you so much for this question. It has been something that has been messaged to me, emailed to me, requested over and over again. So I hope that it's helped you to understand how to use your 6x6 paper in a creative way and in a way that doesn't create too many rules. It's just that one step that you need to do, which is the same step for your 12x12. And please come and join us on the Love It Chop It group. It is such a fun group and it's growing really quickly. So we'd love to see you there. Lots of ideas, questions, people helping one another. And we're really, really excited to be able to help people creatively and help people use their paper and not hoard their paper. So thank you so much for being here. I will check the comments later. I was trying not to get distracted by comments today because I really wanted to get this message across. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe and click the bell so that you get all my videos. And on Facebook, make sure that you are signed up to receive my notifications. And please tell me what your experiences are with Love It, Chop It. I love hearing your stories. Some people, it's not for them. That's okay. I'm not saying you have to do this, but if it has helped you, yay, we want to hear your story. Thank you for your support. Thank you for taking this on board. Hashtag Love It, Chop It. Go get them. You can do it. Don't be afraid. Chop that paper. Bye. See you soon, everyone. Thanks for being here.